Green is the new gold. Our 18-hole Niklaus design, award-winning golf course and clubhouse will leave you green with envy. We don't just say, we do. It's the Stain City way.
I can't help but wonder how such a beautiful face go through so much and still smile. Temba ubulale tembu ya kulisa uguba wa ubulala ngabe gati safa. Temba ubulale tembu ya pilisa uguba wa ubulala ngabe gati safa. Temba, temba, temba nawe, temba nawe. Ngiphelelwa ngamandla, ngiphelelwa ngumoya, isathu sokuphila sikho. I'm shattered to the core. I look around, nothing makes sense, nothing feels right, no fighting spirit left. Temba ubulale tembu ya pilisa uguba wa ubulala gabe gati safa. Temba ubulale tembu ya pilisa uguba wa ubulala gabe gati safa. Temba, temba, temba ubulali, temba nawe, temba nawe, temba nawe, temba nawe. Uzotemba nawe, temba, temba nawe, temba nawe, temba nawe, temba nawe, temba nawe, temba, temba, temba.
Good afternoon and welcome to Real Talk with me, Anele. Yes, it's another brand new journey we're embarking on as we kick off our first live show for season 4 of Real Talk. Stick around because a little late in the show, I've got a couple of new things to share with you. Welcome to my special guest joining us in the audience this afternoon from our SABC3 family and a couple of familiar faces from the media. Round of applause for yourselves. There we go. So get ready to go on an exciting new Real Talk Season 4 adventure with us. We're taking things up just a notch to ensure that you continue to be entertained. Let's get straight into the show with my first guest who gave us that powerful rendition of Timber. Woo! She is the true definition of not letting life's hardships get in the way of her success. She's overcome a lot of things like addiction that threatened to derail her from her path, endured heartbreak from 2 high-profile relationships that played out in the public eye with everybody having something to say, and has been at the receiving end of derogatory name-calling. However, just this year alone, she's staged a successful one-woman show at the Lyric Theatre titled Up Close and Personal to amazing reviews. She's got her own TV show called Love and Matrimony, and she's been exercising her acting muscle as one of the cast members of the romantic comedy Zulu Wedding, due for release in February 2018. You can always count on the fact that the conversation will be as real as it gets with the self-proclaimed goddess of light herself, Kelly Khumalo, is in studio.
Oh my.
Is that pressure?
It's too much. I'm listening. I keep listening. Okay, I did that. I'm doing that. Okay, great. But hey, I'm grateful and I'm happy to be here again.
I'm just glad I woke up this morning. That is it.
Yes. Oh, Lord, the favor of having to wake up the next morning. I'm very grateful.
You know, speaking of pressure, and every time I see you, every time I run into you at a function or at the shops, I'm always so excited to see you. It's like, there she is, and then like you and I hug, and then there you are.
Yeah.
But there's one thing I always forget to ask you is, you know, I watch like award shows, like the Summers, and then you'll be performing, or it's the Feather Awards and you're performing.
Yeah.
There's always like this undertone of, whenever somebody's performance is not great, they're like, don't worry, Kelly's coming. Do you feel that pressure that you are the savior of award shows in this country? I was off Kelly and was out.
It is so much pressure, and people don't know that I get very nervous. Maybe what saves me is that I'm so much of a perfectionist, such that if I'm performing at such a big event, I make an effort to make sure that nothing goes wrong. I fight with people backstage. I mean, you should have seen what happened at Up Close and Personal. I was like, guys, I don't like this outfit. It's too tight. Let's do this. Timing, everything, it needs to happen the way it's supposed to. That's just the person that I am.
So why did you call it Up Close and Personal and not My Truth? Because I feel like the majority of it, the gist of it, the storyline of it was My Truth.
It could have gone very well with My Truth. I feel like with the album I did talk about my truth. And I was comfortable and got everybody comfortable in my truth. Now it was up close and personal. Because I mean, the truth can be what it is, but you've never really been in my presence where you get to see me and the things that I go through personally. Hence, it was called Up Close and Personal.
You said that, and I found this so interesting, and it made me smile a little. You said that your album was about to get released, My Truth, and you said you feel like a teenager about to experience boys for the first time. And I was like, well, what does that feel like, Kelly? Tell us.
I don't know. It's for me, it's being so comfortable in who you are to a point where you're not apologetic about your mistakes and your shortcomings and your victories and everything. You just yourself, and you're not competing with anyone, and you're not trying to keep up with anything. You are just there, and you are happy to be there.
And the song you performed, Temba, you said you were on a bus to Durban. You guys are performing.
You remember everything. It's shocking.
Girl, you can't forget things when you like gossip like me. Your memory has to be on point.
Oh my God, I can't believe you remember everything.
You said you were on a bus to Durban and your entire crew was sleeping. And you were having a conversation with yourself, and that's how you wrote Temba.
Yes.
What are the harshest things you say to yourself sometimes?
Kelly, you can just give up, eh? You can just wake up and think, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. But I'm not that type. I look at it, I'm like, you know what? It's hard, it's painful, I'm going through a lot, and I still have to be a mother at the same time, and I still have to be out there on stage and pretend everything is okay. I can just give up and have a meaningless life. But that's not what I was created for. I think that's one of the harshest things I forever say to myself. You can just give up.
Are you harsher to yourself than the public is?
I'm very. I'm very. To a point where I hate weakness, even more so in myself. So I'm not the type to give up, no matter how hard it is, because I just hate to seem weak. I hate failure.
Because I always think, when everyone's like, how does she do it? Like, all this negativity. And when I look at you, I'm like, I actually think she's harsher to herself than we could ever be to her.
Like
so when we throw things, you're like, ugh.
Dude, if you knew.
If you knew what I said to myself this morning.
This is nothing.
But you got out of it. Listen, stick around. A little later in the show, singer and songwriter Kyle Deutsch will be joining us. And since they're both here, why not get them to kind of do a little bit of a duet together? Kelly and Kyle will treat us to their latest single. Well, their brand new single. It's not their latest one like they've done music together. It's their brand new one. Who knows? This might be a future endeavor for them. The song is called Lonely Fool, and you're going to get to hear it. Come back to us. Oh, I'm still live. And welcome back. You're on Real Talk with SABC3. The stage is yours, and our guest today is Kelly Khumalo. For better or for worse, Kelly has always been the kind of individual who got others around her talking and writing about her life. And since the media are joining us today, I'm sure there are one or two questions they'd like to ask her. And hey, it would be the first time that they actually ask her before they write about her. So let's go for it. Who wants to go first? Yes, ma'am.
I'll go first. Tapiso from The Citizen. My question is actually for Anele.
Okay.
I'll come to you, Kelly.
Okay.
But my question
I'm not rushing you.
is for Anele. Real Talk recently won a SAFTA award.
Yes.
And for most presenters, that's the ultimate goal.
Yeah.
So for Anele, what's next? What's the next goal that you're gunning for?
Oh, well, we have to then take this after every year. Do you know what I'm saying? Imagine we win it once and we never win again. They're like, oh, shame, but one hit under.
Yeah.
And then we want to take the show with SABC3 across Africa and then globally. So that's our plan.
Okay. Can I talk
Go
to
for Kelly.
Kelly? Kelly, so many shots have been fired at you by the media, sadly.
You guys.
And what message do you have to us next time?
Oh my God. This is going to sound very rather rude, but for me, since the media doesn't exist in my life, so I have nothing to say at all. So, like, really, I don't have anything to say. You have a perception of who I am, and you have a fist on me on a daily basis whenever you can. And for me, I've built a world of negativity does not exist in my life. So if it's not positive, it's not for me. Therefore, I've got nothing to say.
Thank you.
Anyone else? That guy's brave.
Hey, I'm Anele from Republic Mail. I just wanted to ask you, Kelly, what else do you want to achieve? You've achieved almost everything now.
No,
Like-
I haven't.
Like, what's on your bucket list? Who's, like, feature-wise? Like, is there anyone on the bucket list now?
Not really. For me, I'm very spiritual. And for me, yes, I have plans that I would like to execute, but I believe we plan and God has a better plan. So if God wants me to be somewhere else, I'd be glad, you know? But what I want for my life, I want to be an international star, not just an African star. Yeah.
Nice, I like that. So the last time you were here, you and I disagreed a little bit. On one thing.
What did we disagree about?
Otherwise,
Because
we
we
were
had
in
fun.
love. We were besties. We disagreed on you saying that your children will never be in contact with the fathers or the fathers' families, right?
Yeah.
Has your mind changed about that?
No.
Why, Kelly?
Like I said, the same thing that I said about the media is the same thing that applies to them. For me, if you are negative in my life, you don't exist. I literally cut you off as if you don't even exist. So for me, that world doesn't exist. When my children are older, they are allowed to explore that relationship with the
Out of their
family.
own accord.
Exactly. But for now, they're under my care. I'm taking care of them. Because, I mean, if I were to allow them, it means I have to interact with the people that don't exist in my reality. Yeah.
And I see what you're saying, because they're young, so there's a...
Yeah,
there's
I
a-
need to be there.
Yes, there's like a... You have to be there for
How do I
supervision.
sit down with someone that has called me so many names?
Yeah. Okay.
It doesn't make sense to me.
And when you watch, you know, I saw in the news they were commemorating Senzo's departing by 3 years, when you watch that, surely
I
something
actually
in
didn't
you-
even see it.
Didn't you
eh?
see it?
I didn't even know they did that.
So nothing in you wants to reach out and say,
No. I've moved on. That's another thing.
And you
It's
were-
been 3 years.
Yeah.
For me, the only thing that keeps me close to Senzo is my daughter. And that's it. I need nothing more. I need no relationship with strangers, people that I know nothing about. Yeah.
and the song you wrote for him, did it heal you?
Yes, so much. Now I can sit here and talk about the good things that we've shared together and the good memories. And for me, I'm slowly getting there to a place of healing. I'm in a very good space right now in my life, such that, yes, it was sad,
Yeah.
but it has made me the woman that I am today. Yeah.
And you weren't allowed to speak about what happened that night, and then you spoke about it.
You know what? I'm still not allowed. I know.
Really?
I'm still not allowed, but it gets to a point where I'm like, but what are the
Authorities.
the authorities doing about this?
Yeah.
Are we saying that we're not capable of doing further investigations to make sure that whoever did this is put behind bars?
Okay, so before we speak about your movie career, because we are actor nje, kwama bioscope.
I'm trying.
Kwama bioscope wena. Would you be able to point out Senzo's killer if you see him?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely, without a shadow of doubt. That picture has stayed with me till today. Even my son remembers that person.
Okay.
So for me, that picture will forever be there.
And you've never seen this person again since that day?
Remember, we were like, they always have those things where they put you in that glass thing, like in the movies, where you have to
line up.
pinpoint. They brought all of them, the suspects, but the person wasn't there. Even my spirit knows that person.
Okay.
I would know.
Okay. So speaking of movies and class and lineups, you're in a movie. Who did you go for an audition? Did they just call you?
I was called gladly because I hate auditions. I don't want to fluff in front of people. I hate fluffing.
Yeah.
So I was called, and for this, it's not a big role. It's a supporting act, and it was, for me, I was humbled because I'm not the big-time actress who deserves to be in a big screen. So I went there. They gave me the script. It was nice, and I had a lot of fun having to be alongside Bo Treasure, Shabalala, Bo Standiwim, Khoroge.
wow.
It was really cool.
And are you on the soundtrack?
Yes, I am actually.
Was that a deal? Like, I'll act if you guys give me a song?
Not even. I was made part of the production of the soundtrack, and for me it was quite an honor as well to be able to do that and be part of this movie that's an international movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love and Matrimony.
Yeah.
That's a TV show. Are you still doing it?
I don't mean to laugh. I'm just thinking about the things that I go through on that show because I'm like, Kelly, what the hell are you doing?
Why? Do you think you can't present?
I think I'm horrible.
When do you realize you're horrible? In the middle of it,
I've
when you get
always
home, you're like, "Wenzani?"
The thing is, I always want to try new things, okay? So I'm like, let me try this out. Halfway through, I'm like, actually, I don't want to do this. Kelly sticks. Actually, in the second season, apparently the ratings went skyrocketing. I don't know how.
But you're Kelly, though.
No.
Like, Kelly, I will tune into what you do badly.
No, but apparently the ratings went skyrocket. So I have a second season coming up. I'm terrified.
But obviously, you can accept the fact that it's called Love and Matrimony. And yes, forget the negativity around your publicity.
Yeah.
You, for me, are one of the bravest people when it comes to love, because when you do love, you do it so freely. So maybe that's what I want to watch. I want to watch you.
Oh, I hear you.
You know,
if you put it that way, but as for presenting skills, I don't know.
do you stand in the mirror and practice like, today I'm going to be good?
Yo, and I want to die. When they go action, I'm like, oh, kill me now.
But what about, like, what, do you panic? Do you forget your words?
I'm a perfectionist. That's where the problem is.
okay.
If I don't feel perfect in that area,
Yeah.
I always panic. So with my singing, I do it with my eyes closed.
Yeah.
So I want to do something that I can do with my eyes closed. So with presenting, that's not the case. Hey, I need to keep my eyes like wide open and be aware.
If you teach me how to sing, I'll teach you how to present.
It's a deal. The second season is coming and I'm panicking.
No, don't worry, I'll teach you. Like, it's so
you.
easy. Just talk the way you talk to your friends.
I don't need a...
No, you don't need a, you know, we are here.
Maybe that's,
no, maybe that's
maybe
the
that's
problem.
where the problem is.
You are
'cause I feel
doing
like
more.
I need to have my TV personality.
No,
I
take
don't.
Kaylee.
Great.
Take Kaylee.
Point taken.
Take the vulnerable one, the one that writes.
Yeah.
The writer in you that sits in a bus by herself.
Yeah.
Writing on the way to Devon when everyone is sleeping.
Yeah.
That's the Kaylee you must take.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Because all my presenter friends are laughing at me. They're like, oh, hi, friend, you are going down.
You know what? At least they can tell you those are the friends.
No, my friends are very honest.
Like, what shows are you on? Listen, it's not everybody who can successfully manage being a chiropractor, a singer, a model, and a songwriter all at once. But Kyle Deutsch does it, and he joins us next.
We can't get enough of this touching. Keep getting lost in the moment. I get a rush when we loving. We can't get enough of this touching. Keep getting lost in the moment. I get a rush when we loving. We can't get enough feeling.
And welcome back to Real Talk. So one hot and sunny day in Durban back in 2012. So my next guest seeking sushi to ease a hangover. Yo, I've had some of those days. So he went to look for a hangover cure with some of his friends. This also happened to be the same day that Idol's auditions were being held. With his guitar conveniently packed in his car, he decided to try his luck. Kyle Deutsch impressed so much that he made it to the top 32 of season 8 and to the final 5 in season 10 of the competition. Since then, he has entertained fans with great hits such as Back to the Beach featuring Shakana. He's featured on Casper Nyovest's Tulu Fellow album and also earned a Sama and a Mama. We welcome to Real Talk for the first time ever, Kyle Deutsch. Hello there.
Dude, what's up, what's up?
So when you get kicked off Idols, why do you go back?
I think if you realize what the show's about and the potential that the show has to boost someone's persona and the avenues where you can use the show to make people aware of your talent, I think that's when you go back again.
So when you get kicked off, do you then start working and like, you know, figuring out your sound, who you are, what you want to look like, and then go back for the PR?
Well, to be honest, I wasn't doing the music thing. I was playing professional football, and then I was going to open up a practice. And it was the same time I was finishing studying, so I couldn't train 3 times and open up a practice. And then I was like, why don't I just go and do this music thing? So I went to Idols that first time. One of my friends dared me, and he was like one of the main reasons I went, just so I could hear him, and he went before me. So and then thereafter, I was like in chats with like guys like Kaya and Sheik and the people who went further. Then there afterwards, I came back, and then I met up with Sketchy and A1 Wolf and a guy Charlie from WTF, and we just started like having fun, making some music, and then it got to the point where it was time for Idols again, and we had made some cool material, and we're like, actually maybe like it's time now.
So let me get this straight. You are a qualified chiropractor, is that what it's called? Or practitioner? Which one is it?
Chiropractor.
Chiropractor, okay. You almost played professional football.
Yeah.
You are a really good musician. You are annoying. Like, I'm sorry.
To myself sometimes.
To yourself sometimes. So,
cool.
you know, you can't get asked stuff like, if you weren't singing, then what would you be doing? Because we're quite aware of that.
Yeah.
You still have your practice. Do you have patients who come in and then halfway through they're like, no man, but you're back to the pitch guy?
Yeah. Sometimes it's better when it happens like that, because they're not like, they've been introduced to the person. So we're in conversation, we're talking about everything. And then if they're only figuring out, then usually we're like doing the work on the patient and their head is down and they don't have time to like go crazy. But it's like, it's completely different worlds, and you don't go to a chiropractor because he's someone, you go there because he's been referred. Yeah. And you've heard of his talents and his ability as a chiropractor. So it doesn't often happen the freak out way.
So like being a chiropractor, like I like the fact that you said we'll come to you because you've been referred. So it means that somebody like thinks you're good.
Yeah.
When it comes to your music, whose opinion mattered or matters the most when it comes to your talent?
Yeah. I'll always ask people in my life who I'm saying when I'm making music before I release or something I'm working on, I'll ask people in my life who aren't maybe like, there's the people who are in studio with you when you're making it, and then there's like those people in your life who you know have good taste in music, and you maybe want to get some references from them and they get some critique from them. And but other than that, I go with what I feel is sounding good enough. I don't release as often as I should because I'm very particular about that. But yeah, we just make it.
I think I've said this to you before, that I feel like you, South Africa's answer to George Michael, right? Like the kind of sound you go for, and like the precision and the fact that he was also a perfectionist. Who would you compare yourself to?
I haven't thought of that, to be honest. I don't like to compare. I like to maybe just make my own.
Okay, let me ask it like this. I know you musicians, you like to like this question.
Yeah.
If I like you, who else would I like?
John Mayer.
Ah, there we go.
You're gonna like John Mayer. You're gonna like Neo. You're gonna like Nelly. I like Nelly.
Nelly, what plastic?
Yeah, you're gonna have liked him
the
back in the day.
chiropractor thing that you like.
The plaster. You're gonna like Adam Levine. You're gonna like a little bit of Ed Sheeran. Yeah, I think that's about it. You're gonna like who's that British guy? Craig David. You like Craig David?
I see that. So, do you feel that people don't know? People hear your songs, they don't know that it's your song?
Yes. Definitely. Every time now.
Every time.
Every time.
Because there's so many times I've played like your music to people and they're like, is this song South African?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes. So I'm just thinking we should do this now while everyone's watching. Let's just make sure that they know it's your songs. So let's go for All Night.
Who are we asking?
No, I'm gonna throw you a line, then you're just gonna carry on singing.
Oh, okay.
Oh my word, this is so embarrassing. Kelly, you said you're gonna teach me how to sing. It's in the love.
Baby, it's in the love. My darling, it's in the love we feel tonight. Come on, hey. Why you have to sing it so high? My darling, it's in the love.
Did I start it high?
You started high.
Oh my gosh,
but it is high,
so
but
good.
it's
That's
a high song.
I think I'm gonna mess up the lyrics, but it's the wild side. I get lost in a crazy time with you.
No, that's All Night also.
Oh, okay. How does wild side go?
Take a walk on the wild side, baby. You, me, the feeling's just crazy. And you see us doing this daily. You're like, damn, you're amazing.
Let's take a walk on the wild side, baby. Okay, you see now. Did you guys know those were his songs? Exactly.
Exactly my point.
Exactly my point. Okay, so where are we taking this?
You were taking it to how people didn't know, but it seems that people...
Where are you taking this?
Oh, I don't like to plan too far, but we haven't reached the point yet. We're still going.
And do you feel that in South Africa you're getting the traction you want? Because there was a point when I felt like your squad, your gang, Shakana, Aaron Wolf, Sketchy, you guys were really dominating the sound of radio. You know, obviously that has its perks, but then also it has its downfalls. Do you feel like you are where you want to be in terms of everything that you enjoyed of that period?
I think the amount of times that we're playing on radio and broadcasters has died down a little bit. Who knows what that could be, but the quality of music is still great. And I think we could be more highly publicized. I think myself, in terms of following, could be a whole of a lot bigger. But it's just the genre, and it's myself being who I am in South Africa, and it's that position that it puts me in. So yeah, there are those. I mean, there's ups and the downs, but I think our profile is big. I mean, I'm a Cosmo guy this month, so check that out if you haven't
Cosmo
seen.
guy?
Yeah.
So like you're a sexy guy?
You must check there. You never.
Hey.
Oh boy.
Oh.
You must see.
Okay.
But yeah, the traction is there, and enjoying the ride. Yeah.
All right. Listen, good things come to those who wait, and a little later in the show, both Kyle and Kelly will be treating us to the sweet sounds of their newest song together, Lonely Fool. You have to stay with us. And welcome back to Real Talk. As you can see, we've done a little bit of remodeling around here. This is part of our brand new look as we continue to bring you the best entertainment. So we've been catching up with Kyle Deutsch, and now we welcome back Kelly Khumalo to talk about Lonely Fool, their hot and sexy collaboration. Now, before we get to the music, I want to talk about the fact that you guys are Kyle and Kelly, like Kelly and Kyle.
It sounds like a reality show, right?
No, it sounds like those American morning shows, Kyle and Kelly, coming with you with the best news in Atlanta.
We must
And
do
it's
it.
like, good morning, Kyle. Good morning,
Kelly.
Kelly. Don't you guys think?
I'm not sure. With me being the worst presenter.
Come
In the
on.
morning. We'll
in
have
the
to have it in the night.
Yeah, when everyone's sleeping, right?
No, when they're awake.
Wait, Kyle, in
It has
the
to be
night.
in the afternoon.
That means you guys can have drinks in the night, ne?
No, because in the morning.
Can we not have such shows?
Do you want to come? Then you
course.
want
I'm
to
trying to
come
get
if
an
it's in the
invite.
morning. Do you want to come if it's in the morning?
I'm trying to get it. I
You're
won't
not
come
gonna-
in the morning.
I know
but
you're
if
a
we're having
morning
drinks at
person.
night,
You're a morning
me, I'm there.
person.
Okay, let's talk about how this came along, because I mean, I know you as a musician, I know your catalog. I know you as a musician, I know your catalog. Never in my wildest dreams did I put you guys together. Who did that?
We never even thought about it. We sat in a table, at the same table,
Yeah,
right?
we were at the Summers,
At
and
the
there was
Summers.
this one table, it was quite deserted, and we walked in, we sat down, and I ended up sitting next to Kelly, and then we met each other there for the first time.
No, man, the summer nomination
Yeah,
party.
Yes.
yeah.
The one I
Yes,
hosted.
Yeah, we were watching you.
I am responsible for this. It's your fault. It is all me.
Yes.
It is all me. I
that
remember you guys
night.
were sitting there.
Yeah.
Exactly. That was our first night. Oh, well, it sounds wrong.
Yeah, our first
that was
night.
the first time we met.
The media's like, well, that was their first night together.
But we were there, and, we
No.
had, and we just enjoyed the time that we had there. We chilled, we hung out, we had dinner there, and then we carried on, went home, we discussed, she was coming down for the July, which was shortly after. And then we were like, okay, cool, if you get some time over the weekend, let's go through the studio. And then we ended up at Sketchy Studio, and we made a song.
So how many songs did you try out before this one became the reality?
This was the only song.
Yeah.
And is it, because I know, like, you know, you test the waters, then it's one song, and then are we looking at like a proper collab in terms of like an album together, maybe even a tour together?
Anything is possible. I mean, we enjoy each other's company and we enjoy each other on stage. So for us, I mean, the
We can
possibilities
see,
are endless.
yeah. I mean, she's got an album that she's putting together. I've got an album that I'm putting together. So there is a possibility that there could be, if not more songs, as like a collab thing. There'll be like some features and some work. Musically, we enjoy each other's styles, and we believe in each other's talents. So
And
why
you're both
not?
versatile.
Yeah.
Very.
Yeah.
And,
And
one of
I
these
don't
days
think
is gonna be-
she's shown that in like as far as she could.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't.
And
I mean,
obviously, you know.
I mean, the industry sort of dictates what you should and should not be doing.
yeah.
So I'm at the place where I'm comfortable with myself as an artist. So I'm like, I want to sing anything because I'm capable of singing
Yes.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So both of you like bred in KwaZulu-Natal, right?
Yes.
Yes. So what similarities did you find in each other?
He's such an umlazi boy, though.
What's an Umlazi boy? What's an Umlazi boy? Tell us.
Like, he
Just
is
be-
that guy who's not afraid to blow namachita and speak Zulu. Even like the way he carries himself is like a guy from Mlazi. Yeah.
Awungeke, sibali.
Hey, awungeke.
I wouldn't
I
say
spent
that.
some time in
Yes.
Chesterville, not in Lazi.
Yeah,
I
but
was there in
that's the
Chesterville.
only,
I watched
area
Miss
of case.
Chesterville teen. When I was 13, I went there with my guy. Yeah.
And
Oh,
in
that's the
her,
only area I know in Durban. How come on?
and in her, what do you see that you like? That's a KwaZulu-Natal less.
I think she's very comfortable in herself. She knows what she wants. She's not afraid to tell you this, like, this is how she wants it, and she's
Like
gonna,
a
and she's
Zulu.
gonna get it like that.
That sounded so
Oh,
wrong.
sorry.
Like, as you said, I'm like, there's that first date again. Do you guys have like a WhatsApp group together?
Anele. A WhatsApp group,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Just so that we can organize to be places on time. Otherwise,
Yeah.
woo, woo. Don't look at me like I accused you of something.
Okay.
I know, I will also.
Do you know what I know about WhatsApp groups? Is we discuss everything that is happening in the country outside of what time to be there.
No, ours is just like,
No, ours
be
is
here at
all
this
about
time.
work.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So there aren't any memes flying around?
No, we actually don't. Do we?
Is he trying to get his
Where's
phone?
my phone? I want to see. I don't think there's
Okay,
any.
let's say in your WhatsApp group you discussed empty today and the fact that
Oh, Lord. I have that WhatsApp group, but it doesn't have
it doesn't have him. Okay, let's discuss that. What do you think? Do you know what we're talking about?
Yeah, but I don't have one of those.
But you know
I'll
that.
be honest.
Yes, tell
you
us.
do get one of those moments where you are too happy and you forget that you're actually a public figure
Yeah.
and you give out too much information.
Yeah.
So I think that's what happened to him.
And also, do you know what I feel?
I
that
didn't
he's
know about
generally
this.
always been a I don't care person. Like, this is me. I'm not going to filter myself.
Yeah, but-
I'm not going to be your celebrity. So, yeah, I have it all.
I don't think that's what happened. It was an oops, really, an oops.
Okay, if you don't know what we're talking about, let me
Yeah,
bring you
me.
up to speed.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the people at home are like,
Oh, Lord.
what's going on? Who's
Even
empty?
me.
So, empty, Kubanoti, Posolo, him. He was having a wee and he was on Instagram Live. And then the phone slipped and it showed the family jewels, right? So now everybody's kind of basically riding him because, you know, there's that situation. Has that never happened to you, like an oopsie where you almost like gave out a little bit more than what we paid for?
Yo, I'm always very careful when it
Yeah.
comes to, because I know them.
It's
Then-
harder. It's harder for us guys, I think, to live out there.
Okay, and then did you guys see any of the Black Day protests against farm murders today?
No, I didn't.
I
I
got
only
stuck
saw.
in one thing on the freeway
On the
way
freeway.
from the airport.
So,
But it was chilled. Guys were just slowing down the traffic with some.
and so you know nothing about it. You have
No,
no
I
take on
didn't.
it.
No.
You don't want to have a take on it. Do you do that on purpose, where you actually do have an opinion, but you go home to tell your friends and not anyone else?
Yeah,
Yes,
actually, I do that
I'm
all the
forced.
time. Because sometimes it's just, it doesn't mean much. It's just a conversation, but people take it too far.
And then it's headlines.
Exactly. So sometimes I just hold back and talk to my friends about it.
So you don't want anything that distracts people from your music.
Yeah. No, I'm done with that, eh? I'm so done with that.
Okay, to wrap it up, what could distract you from your music? Kyle, go for me first.
Sure. Family, time for me, obviously my health business and that sort of thing. I think getting older, spouses, relationships,
I hear that.
spending time with your friends, yeah, and just prioritizing time, because I mean it's not gonna happen every time you go in studio. You're not gonna pop off with the next hit, you know. And that's to do one that you kind of think that you're not happy with ever releasing again will take you like 4 hours, 5 hours, if that. So if that didn't happen that time, that's time you lost from somewhere else. So where are you gonna plug in your next time? Yeah?
Kelly, you've got 20 seconds. What could distract you from her royal divaness in music?
Nothing.
Really?
Nothing. I'm at the place where I've realized that I love what I do. I love what God has created me to do. Love my children. I love everything. I love family. But this, for me, is what makes me happy.
Who would have thunk it? Listen, they're going to perform next, but who would have thought that one could find comedy in what is typically considered as a painful process, such as divorce? A lot of you had a lot to say when you heard of Trevor Gumbi's divorce comedy tour, including me. After news broke that him and his wife Lucille's marriage was coming to an end. Find out what this is all about tomorrow when we welcome Trevor and Lucille Gumbi. They're going to be here as our guests. After the break, we want to talk about all this fabulousness. We've been hearing about the single. We've been hearing about it. Kelly and Kyle will finally perform Lonely Fool. You want to stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. And thank you to our studio audience for joining in the fun today. Speaking of studio audience, please watch out to our social media pages, because every now and then we're going to welcome you in here when we have special guests like we had today, Kelly Khumalo as well as Kyle Deutsch. A very big thank you to you at home as we look forward to yet another gripping, entertaining, inspirational season of a brand new Real Talk. And in the words of the 70s global pop band ABBA, thank you for the music, the songs I'm singing. Here to perform Lonely Fool are Kelly Khumalo and Kyle Deutsch. We will see you tomorrow.
Hello. Yeah.
lonely nights, full of the morning, I still see the shapes you left in my bed. How I wish I could tell a different story, but the shadows of your love won't leave my head.
Maybe it's me, blocked out the feeling. My heart can handle any more pain. Was I in too deep? Why aren't you calling? Every day I wonder if you feel the same.
Was it too much?
Were we too rushed?
Am I the fool now?
And lonely fool now.
What?
Ta-da-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta.
Oh, I'm a fool now.
Ta-da-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta.
I'm a fool now.
Ta-da-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Ta-da-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta.
Hey.
Ta-da-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Ta-da-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. I know last time we spoke things were different. I've been dreaming of the way to start again. Oh, would things change if it weren't for the distance? I still wonder if you feel the same.
Do you walk back through my door and say it's over? I won't give up on us. What? Not now, not ever. Oh, I'm here forever. Yeah. Whatever the weather, I'm praying for your love. I'm praying for your love. Was it too much?
Were we too rushed?
Am I the fool now?
And lonely fool now. Ta-da-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta.
Fool now.
Ta-da-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta.
Lonely,
Ta-da-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta.
fool now.
Ta-da-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta.
Come on, sing.
Go on and say this is the end. Go on and say it's over. Don't wanna say this is the end. Don't wanna say it's over.
Is it too much?
Were we too rushed?
Am I the fool now?
And lonely fool now, yeah. Ta-da-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta.
Fool now.
Ta-da-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Ta-da-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Ta-da-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta.